I've looked for a lot of videos on the Crestliner Kodiak 18 and side console, and I can't find a lot. So I can find a lot of videos on the 16 and the 14, but nothing on the 18. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown what we got. I'm gonna start on the outside and then we'll move inside. Bought it used. It's a 2012. Comes with a Mercury 75 4-stroke, fuel injected. Came with the Minn Kota Power Drive V2. It's got less than 100 hours on it. Came with 3 seats. Supposed to be able to put one of them up front. You have to buy the swivelies 2 1/8, I believe it is, to upgrade to a stand and cast. So here's a quick rundown outside of it. Came with the simple tie downs. They say Wilson Marine on them, so I assume that's where they came from. LED lights on the trailer, fold away tongue. I believe they use the same trailer for all 3 models because it's adjustable. Kodiak 18 side console. We'll start at the dashboard. That's where everything starts. Cable drive. It's non-hydraulic. Got a couple meters on it. You got your fuel gauge, RPMs, speed, and that's about it. You do have some light switches here. You got your navigation anchor lights, build switch, live well circulation, which doesn't recirc, but it draws water out of the lake that you're in and then into the live well, and then it has a overflow drain. That's the only way to recirculate it. It has 2 accessory switches. That's kind of nice to have. It has a cup holder built in and another little slot where I guess you could put a glove box. Plenty of room to mount your electronics. Does have a 12-volt plug for a cigarette lighter type plug. That's really nice. And then over to your controls. Basic outboard controls, key switch, deadman toggle lanyard, trim right there on the. It's got the hydraulic trim right there on the throttle. Seats are pretty basic. They're pretty comfortable. Got a little bit of room underneath the dash. I've got a couple things under there. I did add the tool tray to the side, and that's helpful. Keeps everything right there in place. You can see I need to clean that out. So you coming into the back, we got the rod storage here. And let me flip this up. I've got about 7 or 8 rods sitting in here. You can get an 8-foot rod in here. I've had one in there before, and I've got quite a few 7s and 6.5s in there. Seats are all offset. You've got one right in the back by the motor that I assume is so that when you have the tiller drive, that's the tiller drive seat, and then it offsets to this one, and then offsets to the driver, and then a very small offset to the passenger, which makes it very difficult to travel to the front and back. You got a nice 4-place rod holder here. Again, you can put an 8-footer. It's got a little protective cove here that you can fit the bottom 2. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that or not. There's a little cove there. You can fit the bottom 2 rods in. The top 2 rods end up riding right up here on the bow. You got a lot of flotation. This little side panel here is all flotation. I think they could have put a cooler or something in there. We might do that in the future. Very simple. Plug-in lights for navigation lights and anchor lights. Fuel cap in the back. This does have the center fuel tank. It runs right underneath the floor here. And now we'll move up to the front. Charlie, move. Here's our live well. It's huge. I believe it's 21 or 22 gallons. and it goes way back here. And when you get some smallies that want to hide, it makes it really hard to get them out of there. So I use my culling system to just tag them. That way I can use that to pull them out. This model came with 2 nets on either side, the bungee nets. Just keeps everything in place. It has 2 nice storage lockers on either side. And you can see this one, I've got my rain jacket. The throwable life jacket, anchor rode, anchors in the middle. Got the seat hole here for the seat when you want to sit up front. And this other side, I've got a tackle box. I picked this box up at Walmart. It fits almost exactly in there to get it in and out of the hole. Perfect height. I can even put the lid on it if I need to. And I still have room either side of it to store other things. Pardon me? Pardon me? And then we got this storage up front where I've got my trolling battery, and I've got stuff hardwired, a charger hardwired, onboard charger hardwired to the front. I keep my flares and fire extinguishers in there. And then the power drive foot pedal here, and I've got mounted a fish finder on the front with the transducer on the trolling motor. Quite a bit of casting room up front, not quite enough room for 2 people. You could squeeze 2 people up here. The only issue that I've had is laying my rods here. You've only got about 4.5 feet of deck space, so my rods end up, I lay them up against the dashboard and overhang them. So there you go. Here's a quick rundown of the Kodiak Side Console 18, made by Crestliner.